Protection for former U.S. President Donald Trump was boosted several weeks ago after authorities learned of an Iranian plot to kill him, according to national security officials.
미국 안보 당국자들은 도널드 트럼프 전 미국 대통령의 경호 수준을 몇 주 전 강화했으며 이는 그에 대한 이란의 암살 첩보가 입수된 데 따른 것이었다고 밝혔습니다. So they had intel about some sort of plot, assassination plot from Iran.
From Iran, right. So they're saying here that they have not been able to find any connection between the shooter and the country of Iran.
Right. The shooter was American. He wasn't Iranian.
20 years old. Thomas Matthew Crook, a 20-year-old guy. Now they're saying that so Trump and his former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, they have been facing threats from Tehran because they ordered the assassination of a high-ranking military commander back in 2020. So they're saying that that's likely the reason for this plot. And it's something they've known about for quite a while, actually.
Well, yeah, I mean, so security was heightened.
Right. But somehow this guy Crooks was still able to get on this roof of this building. He was only 130 meters away from Trump. They also say that there were local police snipers inside the building, and some of them had even seen this guy.
Yeah, new footage has now emerged of people, just like, the average person, the crowds around that area, pointing to this guy, going, look, there's a guy going up this building. What's he doing? What's he doing? Yeah, exactly. So it looks like there was a little bit of a commotion, and yet he was able to get there.
And apparently there was local police, like the state police, they said that they had provided all resources requested by the Secret Service, including between 30 and 40 troopers that were inside this perimeter. So there was lots of police presence. But somehow this guy got up there. So it's, when people say it feels like we're living in a simulation, when you see things like this, it's, wow, how did this happen?
Well, I guess former President Trump will have to boost protection even more. But let's look at that term.
I imagine they will, right?
Yeah. Boosting something.
Boosting means to increase something. So a lot of times people will say, why do they drink coffee? Because caffeine gives them a boost, especially in the afternoon if you're tired. Boost can also, I remember when I was a kid, say you're climbing a fence and it's hard to get up. Someone might say, give me a boost. And then your friend pushes you up to help you get over the fence, for example.
담 같은 거 넘을 때 친구한테 나 좀 올려줘. 그러면은 그 친구가 부스트 해주는 거죠. 올려주는 겁니다. boost라는 게 올리다 이런 뜻이고요. 그다음에 a plot to do something.
In this case, we're talking about a complex plan. It's normally a secret plan made by several people to do something, and it's something wrong, something harmful, something illegal. Usually they're trying to do some damage to, they're trying to hurt a person, they're trying to hurt a government. When we use plot this way, it's negative.
Yeah,
something
but it's
nefarious.
Not always negative, is it?
When it's used in this way, it is. Yes, like a plot by a criminal to rob a bank or to kill someone. But if we just talk about the plot of a movie, we're just talking about the storyline.
그렇습니다. 자, 지금 이 헤드라인에서처럼 the plot to kill the former president 라는 그 플러트를 썼을 때는 음모, 계략이라는 뜻이지만 the plot of a movie 이렇게 하면은 영화의 줄거리라는 뜻이 될 수도 있습니다. 자, 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. Protection for former U.S. President Donald Trump was boosted several weeks ago after authorities learned of an Iranian plot to kill him, according to national security officials. Here's our next headline.
Taiwan has passed amendments to labor laws that allow employers to postpone the mandatory retirement age of 65 after consultation with employees.
대만의 노사 협상을 통해 만 65세 이상 근로자에 대한 퇴직 시점을 연장할 수 있도록 하는 노동법 개정안을 통과시켰습니다. So currently the retirement age is 65, but I guess that could be extended?
That's what they're saying here. The amendments to the Labor Standards Act, they remove the previous hard limit. So 65 was the hard limit. That was it. That was the the drop dead point. You had to retire by 65. Now they're saying employers can extend an employee's tenure if both parties agree. So it's up to the employer and the employee now.
Exactly. This was part of an amendment that has been passed.
Right. So an amendment is a change when you make a change to something. And the reason they're doing this is because they're saying how Taiwan is going to be a super aged society by just next year. So these changes, they address concerns about the shrinking workforce as Taiwan's population ages. So they've realized we need to make some changes.
네, amendment는 법률 용어인데요. 수정안, 개정안 이런 뜻이 됩니다. 그래서 amendments to labor laws, 즉 노동법에 대한 개정안, 그것이 passed, 통과됐다. 이 뜻이 되겠고요.
You'll hear a lot about the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment in the U.S. It's changes to the original Constitution.
Got it. What about postponing?
Putting something off until a later date. Sometimes when you postpone something, you actually reschedule it and make a new date. Sometimes you just say, okay, let's postpone it. Like when there's I'm sure all the baseball games today, most of them will be postponed.
Right.
They're not going to give you the exact date right away. They're just going to say, we're going to play this game later.
네, 미루는 거죠. 연기하는 것을 postponing이라고 합니다. 다시 읽어볼게요. Taiwan has passed amendments to labor laws that allow employers to postpone the mandatory retirement age of 65 after consultation with employees. Now moving on to our final headline.
A survey that tracked fashion preferences among women in Japan has found that 7 out of 10 Japanese teenage girls refer to South Korea for fashion.
일본 여성들의 패션 선호도를 알아보는 설문조사 결과 일본 10대 여성 10명 중 7명이 패션에 참고하는 나라로 한국을 꼽았습니다. Wow, so that's a big majority there.
Right. Yeah. This survey revealed that 75.9%
Wow.
of Japanese teenage girls chose Korea as the country they refer to for fashion, and it's the 8th consecutive year that Korea has been number one. An interesting thing here is the survey results showed that second place was the U.S., but it was with only 8% of people choosing
What
that.
a big difference.
A huge difference. So they feel that this is likely due to the influence of K-pop on the youth, which is not really very surprising.
Yeah, we have Blackpink, New Jeans, and all these really popular girl
BTS,
groups.
right?
Yeah,
So a lot of the it's really, really popular in Japan now. So not too surprising that's why they're choosing Korea for that.
네, 그렇습니다. 자, 일본 10대 7명 중 10명. 근데 구체적으로는 한 76%라고 했으니까요. 거의 대부분의 일본의 10대 여성들이 패션 하면은 일단 한국을 참고한다라고 했고요. 그 이제 1위 국가가 한국인데 2위로 참고하는 나라가 미국이에요. 근데 미국은 8%의 10대 여성들만 참고한다고 합니다. 상당한 차이죠. Okay, fashion preferences.
Well, a preference is just something that you like better, right?
Yeah.
To prefer something is to like something more than another. So your fashion preferences are just the clothing, the style that someone likes. Everyone has their own fashion preferences.
That's right. preference라는 것은 선호하는 거예요. 그래서 10대들의 패션 선호도, 패션 취향 그런 것을 조사하는 설문조사였습니다.
Everybody has different, you can have fashion preferences, you can have food preferences, entertainment preferences, whatever it is.
Yeah, song preferences, movie preferences.
Yeah, art preferences, sure.
Exactly. And what about the term referring to?
You refer to something, you look to it for new ideas or for information. In this case, they're looking to South Korea to see new trends, to see what's hot on the streets.
여기서의 refer to A는요, A를 참고한다는 뜻입니다. Here's the headline again. A survey that tracked fashion preferences among women in Japan has found that 7 out of 10 Japanese teenage girls refer to South Korea for fashion.